Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Unit 5, Topic 5, Technology in the Industrial Age. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Industrial Revolution is how it doesn't just happen and then stop. It's not like, yay, we invented paper, and then paper stays the same for thousands of years. It's more like, yay, we invented the steam engine. Hold on, while we now apply this to 100 other things and develop whole new industries and technologies. It was basically the start of exponential technological growth that we're still living through. However, one of the big movers, both literally and figuratively, in the Industrial Revolution, the steam engine, is still one of the primary sources of power in the world today. Like, sure, the steam is produced from things that aren't coal, but steam still powers the turbines from nuclear reactors. The steam engine not only changes the textile industry, but also travel and trade. Steamships allow for goods to be transported more quickly and farther. Think Latin American guano or coffee to Europe. They also allow navies to be more mobile and allow rivers to be harnessed for travel in both directions. This will have huge impacts not only for trade, but will also allow Europeans to penetrate beyond the coasts of Africa, mine for resources, stir up trouble, and then move quickly out. Another world-changing application of the steam engine is through railroads. Before the Industrial Revolution, the fastest land travel had been by horse. For thousands of years, no one had ever traveled faster than on horseback. Locomotives changed that. They mean that people can live in one place and work in another, that people can move from the countryside to the city to look for work in a factory, that people can go from living in Boston to living in San Francisco, that resources from the ports can be shipped inland, and that minerals from the jungles can be shipped to ports. It's kind of a big deal. The other half of the Industrial Revolution, which is cleverly called the Second Industrial Revolution, unfortunately isn't in your textbook. But we're going to get the chance to talk about it a little bit now. So it starts in the second half of the 1800s and goes to the early 1900s and is dominated by steel, electricity, communications, and chemicals. Catching up to Britain are the United States and Germany, which we spoke about a little in the last episode. In both places, support from the government and invention-friendly laws allow for an efflorescence of inventions and new techniques. In steel, an English inventor named Henry Bessemer convinces a young Andrew Carnegie to adopt his process for refining steel. In the end, Carnegie becomes mega wealthy and the world is able to produce an astounding amount of steel. This steel allows for skyscrapers to be built, bridges to be taller and longer, railroad tracks to be more reliable, and basically the modern world to happen. Electricity is a natural process, right? Our hearts produce electrical signals, our nervous systems do too. Lightning is electricity as well. But to be able to produce an electric current and move things along it, Morse code for the telegraph, the human voice for the telephone, is a much different thing. It eventually replaces kerosene, which had been invented to fuel lamps for people's homes after the discovery that oil could be refined and used. Obviously, oil and its discovery is a big deal too. The oil boom contributes not only to the internal combustion engine and its uses in the automobile, but also to tremendous wealth generated and conflict with Native Americans in the U.S. Coupled with this is electricity. Now, pretty famous companies in Germany, such as Siemens, which worked in electricity, Krupp, which worked in steel, Bayer, which worked in chemicals and still does, well, all of them still do those same things, are building a hugely powerful Germany. The consequences of this will matter when we get to World War I, but just know that the inheritors of Britain's big leap, the US and Germany, will definitely take full advantage of the technology transfers and the similarity in natural resources for their benefit. So basically, those are the major new technologies of the industrial age, and we'll look a lot at the impacts they have over the rest of the unit and into the next.